It was more than a year ago that Ram threw down the gauntlet with the new Ram TRX as the high-performance, undisputed off-road pickup truck in the land. Of course, they were challenging the Ford Raptor at that time in its second generation, but now this third gen Raptor on 37th is here. So in this video, I want to show you how they compare, but I'm not going to be standing here and just lecturing you about specifications. I'm going to show you some drag races. I'm going to show you how they tow. I'm going to show you how they go off-road and show the technology. So let's dig in and start with power. As far as internal combustion engines are concerned, this is a goodie. Let me take this cover off because this is a 6.2 liter supercharged V8, and it has this symbol here where a TRX is actually munching on what appears to be a Raptor dinosaur.
Hey everyone, Case here with a special announcement for all you young guys like me out there. Did you know 2 out of 3 guys will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're only 35? And did you know the best way to treat it is to get ahead of it while you still have hair left? You used to have to go to a doctor to get a prescription, but now thanks to Keeps, you can visit a doctor online and get medication sent straight to your home. Keeps offers the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products out there to save your hair, and one you've never seen for this price. Hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off your first order, go to keeps.com/TFLtruck or click the link in the description below. That's keeps.com/TFLtruck. The sooner you start using Keeps, the more hair you'll save.
The rumored Raptor R is not here yet, but what is here is this. The twin turbocharged high output 3.5 liter EcoBoost. Actually, for 2022 on Ford's website, they're also calling this engine a 3.6 liter for some reason. Maybe it was a typo, but that's what I saw at Ford.com. 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque, and a 10-speed automatic versus an 8-speed in the Ram. But let's see how they compare in the real world. All right, now it's the new Raptor's turn. First, I'm gonna run it with no trailer, and I'm gonna run it in sport mode, 4-wheel drive auto. For some reason, when I go to sport, it puts 2-wheel drive for me, but I'm gonna use 4-wheel drive auto. It sets you back. Yeah, 6.22. And I think that new coil suspension is actually working just right. There was no chirp from the tires that I heard. Yeah, 6.18. If you've been watching TFL Truck, you've seen the TRX do many drag races and launches, so this may not be anything new for you, but for the purposes of science, on this same day and also purposes of fun, I'm gonna do this launch. 4-wheel drive auto, and I'm gonna go to sport mode. Here we go. Of course, the TRX also has launch control mode, but I'll just be using straight up sport mode. So traction control is automatically disabled. Okay, hold on. Reset. Yes! Okay. So on this day, incredible again, 4.88. There it is, 4.76. This truck, if I spent a little bit of time here, could knock off probably a 4.5, maybe even a smidge quicker. Yeah, the TRX still beats the Raptor on acceleration, about 4.5 seconds here, about 6 seconds in the Raptor. But how does the exhaust sound? How loud is it? Let's measure the TRX first, and then I want to show you the Raptor and its adjustable exhaust system as well. Nothing beats a big V8 Hemi supercharged engine in the morning, and actually 114.8 decibels. It's a little bit on the loud side, but how does it compare? Let's check it out. For this third generation of the Raptor, Ford added this feature. Basically valves in the exhaust system. They also made a loop-to-loop in the exhaust system to make it equal length, and you can control up to 4 different sound levels. I'm a little bit surprised. 113.1 decibels. It's very close to the sound that the TRX produced, but it all depends on what you like. Do you like kind of the higher pitched V6 sound? And now in this new adjustable exhaust system in the Ford, I kind of like that a little bit better, because this morning when I was firing up the TRX in my neighborhood, I was waking up my neighbors. Here in the Ford, you don't have to. Maybe you can leave in the quiet mode and then open it up off-road. I like this. Okay, enough about exhaust systems and accelerations. Let's talk tires. These are off-road performance trucks. In the case of the TRX, it's basically what they call a 35-inch tall diameter. Goodyear, Wrangler, Territory AT in this case, all-terrain. Some mud and snow. And the size is 325, 65, R18. So it's using an 18-inch wheel, but it's also a very, very wide tire. If I just measure the tread portion of it, not the sidewall, this on the TRX, it's about 10.5. Let's take a look at what the Raptor has in store and go off-road with Roman and Tommy, where they can show you how both of these trucks behave on snow and ice. Ford is doing something special here. This is the first production truck that comes with a 37-inch tall tire from the factory. This is a BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2 TA tire, and it's also M&S, but also snowflake rated. You can see the snowflake right here down below. It's not quite as wide though, but this tire gives you a little bit more ground clearance. So right here, if you can see, it's almost 10 inches of the tread, maybe 9.5. So definitely slightly narrower tire. And this is the stated size on the Raptor tire, 37 by 12.5, R17. So it is a 17-inch wheel. Both Ram and Ford offer beadlock capability with their wheels, and speed rating is also a big factor. On the TRX, on the 35-inch tall tire, maximum speed is 118 miles per hour. Here on the 37, maximum speed is 112. You can also get a Raptor with a 35 to get that 118 mile per hour rating.
Right toward a boulder. That was no good. I'm used to going like half a mile an hour in an old CJ where you're like, whoa. And here you expect me to use 450 horsepower without crashing? I can barely handle 68 horsepower without crashing. This is ridiculous.
I mean, let the mighty Hellcat TRX show you the way. Move this Ford thing aside. Almost hit the rock. But that was a hoot. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! And that's how you get up Hell's Turn.
Damn it! That's That's not what I wanted to see.
All right, now Tommy's turn to try to make it up Hell's Turn. I'm calling it Hell's Turn because it's hot as hell out here. The trick here is just to keep in the power and go for it.
Four-wheel drive high Baja mode. You had the rear diff unlocked, so I'm going to leave mine unlocked as well. And then I guess we'll just floor it and hold on. Full throttle. Come on, Ford. Dig, Ford, dig. Dig, Ford, dig. Come on, buddy. Come on, yes. Woo!
Let me know in the comments below, how do you think they did in the snow and ice? I've driven them in other conditions on sand and dirt and rocks, and here's my quick off-road review. I like the traction and also the suspension feel that the TRX provides. Those Bilstein Blackhawk E2 shocks I think are still top-notch, and they offer both rebound and compression adjustments. Here in the Raptor, the visibility is a little bit better. The height of the mirror that I'll show you in a second is a little bit lower, and there's a little bit more glass towards the front. And the suspension maybe is not as quite dialed in as the TRX, but I love the ground clearance the 37 truck offers. This is what I'm talking about with visibility while off-roading. The glass here is kind of at the bottom of the mirror for the TRX. And off the ground, standard tire pressures, this mirror is about 55 inches off the ground. The Raptor has this signature Ford kink in the front glass, and also the mirror, the bottom of the mirror is at about 51.25 inches. So that's about 4 3/4 inches lower overall. So this is what I'm talking about. It's a little bit better when you're kind of coming over crest, looking to the side. I like this setup a little bit better, even here on the Raptor on 37s. Okay, so now we know how they do off-road. Let's talk about utility, because these are still pickup trucks. They still need to do work, maybe hauling something in the bed, maybe towing a trailer. And we've done both with these trucks. I want to show you, I want to start with this. How high is the tailgate off the ground? And what basically this tells me, here in the TRX, it's about 38.5 inches. It's basically how easy, what's the liftover height. Both of these have 5.5 foot bed lengths, but I want to show one more thing here in the Ram. Okay, so here I'm standing on level ground, and I want to reach something in the front of the bed, and I am putting my, I'm putting my hand down, and I can barely touch the floor. Okay, soft open tailgate here as well. Let's measure the height. I'm going to try to find some level ground. This is not perfect. Okay, over here it's at about 35.5. Let's get another reading. About 36. So actually noticeable difference. It's a bit lower. I can kind of easily sit on it. So it's about 2 inches lower than in the TRX. That's already good. This new Raptor also has some of the stuff that's available on other F-150s now, which is kind of this work surface tailgate. It's got these little pockets for clamps, so if you want to clamp a piece of material here, maybe measure something, maybe you're doing some work. Well, you're probably not doing a lot of woodworking on your Raptor, but let me know if you do. And over here it has this optional thing, 2 kilowatt or 2000 watt 120 volt outlet here in the bed. All right, now I want to reach something in the front of the bed of the Raptor. I'm standing once again here on the level ground. I'm reaching down, I can't touch the floor. So here, Raptor on 37s, at least for the bed height, it's a little bit taller than in the TRX. Both of these trucks have 8 attachment points, tie-down points. This one down here, and the cleats in the Raptor are actually not movable. In the TRX they are, but you can add other accessories to this system. Before the TRX came out, the second generation Raptor could tow up to 8,000 pounds. And then Ram guy said, you know what, we can tow 8,100 pounds. Okay, so the TRX tows up to 8,100 pounds. And for the third generation of the Raptor, they said, how about this truck tow up to 8,200 pounds? This TRX is kind of a base model. It doesn't have a ton of optional equipment, so it's a little bit lighter than other TRXs. It has a payload of 1,332 pounds. This Raptor has almost every option except the panoramic sunroof. and they have almost identical payloads. Both of these trucks have a tow haul mode. In Ford, you engage it this way, and it actually changes the suspension setting, the steering setting, of course the throttle mapping and transmission mapping. And I want to show you exactly how each of them accelerate. I'm going to show you the Raptor first with 7,000 pounds, and then I'm going to show you the TRX pulling the same weight. For this run, the Raptor with the trailer, I am going to be using tow haul mode, of course, right there. The new Raptor is ready to tow 8,200 pounds, so this is well within the capability. I'm going to brake torque it and go. Okay, I may need to redo that because it was spinning at 37s. And still it did 13.72. Ooh, I can feel it torque a little bit. Getting there. Woo. Okay, that's quick. All-wheel drive, 13.04. Okay, now I'm gonna go to tow mode, and I'm gonna stay in all-wheel drive mode because that's the only thing I have here. Okay, so you can kind of tell there's a trailer behind you. Still shifting well. Woo! It did it. Under 10. 9.9. Of course, the TRX has more power. It can tow a trailer faster and merge on the highway in a little bit more confident way. But the Raptor is no slouch. 13 seconds to 60 with a trailer. It's still a very, very excellent result. Both of them squatted. Both of them are very confident when towing because they have a very wide suspension stance and very stable and also heavy curb weight. So both of them are excellent to tow about 7,000 pounds. But here's what's going to separate them. I think it's the technology and the camera systems and the modes that they offer and the way they work. So let's jump inside and take a look at that. Several years ago, Ram introduced this vertical 12-inch infotainment screen. Let me show you the camera system. Because this is more of a basic truck, it does not have a 360-degree camera view. Both of these trucks now offer trailer backup assist system. Ram calls it trailer steering. You just need to train it by going forward around a few turns. It learns the trailer size and the camera is trained on the trailer, and then you can back up using this knob if you don't want to steer for yourself. The trailer brake controller is here, very good positioning. For off-road technology, this is what Ram is offering. It's always in four-wheel drive auto. It's an automated system. It's mostly rear-wheel drive, but if it senses slip, it will send some power to the front as well. You also have four-wheel drive high, rear axle locker, and four-wheel drive low. What Ram does really well, I think, is this screen right here. There's a TRX and there's also performance pages, and you can mix and match whatever you want. This is an early 2021 TRX. It does not have Uconnect 5, so performance pages are a little bit slower to load, but you have, for example, dyno that shows you your engine output as it revs. And the TRX also offers this custom mode where you can mix and match. For example, you can have your suspension in Baja, which is a little bit softer, steering in street mode, stability control street, etc. Or you can change them to sport or whatever you prefer, and that's going to be your personalized custom mode. Here in the Raptor, let's focus first on the technology for utility and towing. The camera button is a hard button here at the top, very easy to find, I like that. And then this is a 12-inch diagonal screen. And because this truck has a few more options, we also have a 360-degree camera view, which of course you could pay and get in the TRX. As you can tell, this is 12 inches across, and you can take the entire screen for your rear camera view. And I really like that. You can zoom in, you can see a little bit better, especially in weird conditions with sun coming across the truck. So I like this a little bit more. This is a little bit more usable. The trailer backup assist system, Ford has the Pro Trailer Assist. It will also steer the trailer for you, so that's available. The brake controller is here, also very nicely positioned here on the right and up high, so it's very easy to reach. Unlike the TRX, the Raptor can go in two-wheel drive high, so you can completely disconnect the front axle using the transfer case. It also has 4 Auto, so that's available. Very nice feature for slightly wet or icy road conditions or off-roading. The Raptor has a selectable rear locker just like the TRX, but unlike the TRX, the Raptor has a Torsen limited slip front differential to distribute power up front. The Ram uses brake distribution. The new Raptor has this fully digital gauge cluster, and the TRX, like I showed you, does not. Good and bad on both sides. Here in the Raptor, what's going on here is there's a lot of different symbols. You can see there's an exhaust symbol, there's suspension, steering, temperature, you got 4-wheel drive, you got your mode selector, you have compass and odometer, you have other systems like the stability control system. For me, it's great. I understand it. I've spent a lot of time in this truck at many different events talking to engineers, and I understand it very much. But if you were just to jump into this truck and you see the plethora of lights and selectors, it may be a little bit daunting. So you've seen a lot about these two trucks. Let's just close with fuel efficiency and value and real world fuel efficiency. On this long-term TRX truck, we have seen about 13.5 mpg in daily driving it, without towing, of course, or hauling. So that's about 13.5. Here, after about a week and a half with this Raptor truck, I saw about 15.5. So slightly better efficiency on a day-to-day basis. And I think it's measurable because both of these trucks require premium fuel, premium octane fuel. That's very expensive. So you can get, if you can go a little bit further, the Raptor kind of wins there. And as far as value, the brand new Ford Raptor starts at about $65,000. The TRX starts at around 74 grand. So already the entry price is a little bit higher on the TRX. The TRX can be optioned up to about 95, almost 100K MSRP. I'm not talking about dealer markups. This truck can be optioned. This one is about 82,000 versus 77. This truck can be optioned to about 84,000 bucks. So for value, if 84,000 is value, the Raptor has a little bit better value, but of course it doesn't have the power or the acceleration of the TRX. If right now you ask me which truck I want more, which truck I'm going home in, I kind of have to pick the TRX. I love the technology that the Raptor offers and all of its features, but at the end of the day, I think the suspension setup is a little bit more compliant for daily use here in the TRX, and that sound is amazing. So I'm still, for right now, I'm staying with the Ram TRX. And as always, go back to tfltruck.com and tfloffroad.com and tfl-studios.com for everything trucky, off-roady, and automotive.